Right, I'm trying to do things a different way. You can hear me, great. Thank you, Kyle. Hello, Jay. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Mark. I'm not sure who else is on. I'm having a nightmare. I'm trying not to use the sort of language that I feel like using. I've been trying to record in a new way this evening. Hello, Jared. Sorry about this confusion. Trying to record in a new way this evening, and I'm having an absolute nightmare of it. But I think we're getting somewhere. You'll see what I'm doing. Okay, right. Note to self: this little iPad probably not worth much. Hello, Nathan. Let me see if I can show you what I was trying to do. So So can you see? Right, that's the setup that I've got going at the moment. The reason is I'm recording the video straight onto my Mac off of my iPhone. So it'll have all the notes and everything on it. Who wants to hear Mark swear in a blue streak? All in favour say aye. Andy, don't encourage him. I'm not going to swear. There might be young Freddie. Look, now Jeremy's on, so Freddie and Alana are going to be on, so I need to be clean. So I'm not going to say any foul words. So I've only just got Connor's Corner through. And I didn't update the picture on the show notes. God damn it. Hello Jeremy, hello Adam. How is everybody? It's been a good week, hasn't it, for Star Wars this week? What a big one. Oh my. Andy's heard me do it before, and it is most enjoyable, and it does feel better when you can vent in a colourful way. But there you go. We are live now, my friend. I had some technical difficulties. I was using some other technology tonight, technology that is not up to the task. Freddie and Alana are both with Jeremy, and they're not reading this time. Oh, they're not reading this as I type, so he said a swear word I'm not going to read. That is now going to be on the video. Goodness me. Jeremy. I mean, really. Jeremy, Jeremy and Mark, I just finished listening to the Mr. Palatoy interview. Again, my second time through. You guys, in such a short period of time, you've cracked that show. It's absolutely superb. Jared, you're not really thinking of changing the name of the Kessel Run, are you, Mark? I might. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see how it goes, because I've put 2 episodes out now to the public. So if the guys that run the legitimate show, the show named Kessel Run, are concerned that there's going to be brand confusion, I'll change it straight away. When I named the TSW Kessel Run, it's because it was in-house. It was only ever going to go out in the closed group. So it didn't seem to matter to me. I wasn't going to be using it to try and grow Talk Star Wars as a brand. But obviously I want to use it now to put out a little bit of a promo every month to try and attract people in, so we can expand what we're doing with the draw and things like that. Sorry, good luck. What were we doing? Good luck hiding that. I don't know what you mean, Jeremy. That's so much better. Mark is a genius. I keep forgetting to join in as I think I'm listening to a great podcast. Yes. Yeah, your chemistry is growing. Mark is a genius. Mark, you're doing the Lord's work every day on the toy run. I haven't had a chance to get to today's yet. We have to catch up with what they see, I think. So they're going to make these first standalone movies like half a step away from Star Wars. Then the next one will be a full step away from Star Wars. Later on, they'll be doing all sorts of stuff. Star Wars horror, anyone? Mark says that title was already taken. Jeremy wants to call it Trash Compactor. Robert says Kathy Kenny wasn't happy with the Han Solo. Wasn't a 20-something brunette English woman, apparently. Jay, don't forget, almost all films, once a movie is written, the writer's part is usually done. That dude doesn't have a say in how the script is shot or adhered to. This is obviously a different animal. Yeah, and I think what I've been saying so far this week, it's something I'm growing more and more committed to as a theory, is that what Lucasfilm want is the George Lucas model back. They want the writer-director. That if you were going to try and bottle the success of Star Wars, it would be the success of the first film. It'd be a singular vision, an indie filmmaker scrapping his way to a successful movie, and I think that's what they're hoping for with Ryan. That you get someone to come in and say, right, you can shape this thing, you can do what you want, and they'll take it from there. Adam, we have to remember that these movies are aimed at children 7 up. True. Saying that there are a few 12A certifications. Yeah, but 12A is a nothing. 12A certification is a nothing, isn't it? It's like a PG really, and that is really what the Star Wars movies have become with the prequels. They've become that little bit darker, or maybe we've become a little bit more of a nanny state. I don't know what they were thinking then, because Han isn't a comic, he's a rogue, a smuggler, a gambler, ducking and diving in a criminal world. Exactly. The comedy, a Star Wars comedy never really sat right for me with Han. I think there's plenty of room for the comedic elements, certainly with Woody Harrelson and Don Glover. They're very funny guys, and there could be chemistry in there. And we mentioned it, I don't know when we mentioned it. Was it on a Kessel Run or was it last week's show or something? But I think it was last week's show. Comedy works really well when it's cut with drama. The statement, why? Let's see what I've missed. Rob Phillips. The statement winds me up though. No offence, Adam, but saying that there are kids' films is like a get out of writing jail free card. Now for the franchise. They know damn well who these films appeal to, and it's 7-year-olds. And the rest of that comment is cut off. Yep. They're family films at the end of the day, and they can be in the same way as the Indiana Jones films are family films, and there can be elements in there that push those boundaries. You know, they're not just kids watching a film like Frozen and enjoying it. There are kids watching a film, and occasionally they might have to turn to their parents for reassurance. You know, there's some fantasy peril in these movies, and I'm fine with that. And I think that would be really good, a good tone for the Han Solo movie. Something like, you remember that scene in Firefly? Was it Firefly, the movie from the TV show? I can't remember now. Serenity. When they did that train heist at the start, something like that would be really cool in a Han Solo movie. That the banter, that's Joss Whedon should have been the choice for this movie, really. Han Solo film should be in the same hue as Logan. Oof, I don't know about that, Rob. That's that might be a bit hard. I just saw Logan last week, and that might be just a little bit hard for a Star Wars movie. Maybe one day. Do you think the footage Kathy Kennedy saw wasn't just ad-libbed from the script that Kasdan didn't like, but also was a little of the teen plus comedy? Yeah, I guess there could have been some of that. I'm not sure how much she'd seen. She's obviously seen dailies, rushes, if you like, but she's probably not seeing. It's probably what she's not seeing is more the point. I think she sees that Lucasfilm ordered a specific thing. They ordered a Star Wars movie with a bit of comedy. It's supposed to be this Western heist. If she wasn't seeing that, if she was only seeing a comedy, she wasn't seeing a Remington Colours and a heist Western. That might have been where panic started to set in. But I think it's more what she wasn't seeing than what she did see. Jared says, I like that they're aimed at children and families. It's like a safe place. Wouldn't want to see an R-rated Star Wars film at all. there are other places to do R-rated for Star Wars: video games, comic books, audio books, the movies. I don't know if Andy says Firefly. I'm not sure that that strong a tone works for me. Oh, Robert's just clarifying. He means feel of the movie and not the content. Feel like a gritty western. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely couldn't agree more. I loved Logan. I love that feel that movie had, and if they could get something like that in a Star Wars movie, I think that would really work. That's the kind of thing I'd imagine for an Obi-Wan movie. For the Han movie, I think something like Serenity with the action. Mr. Keegan's in the house with the action and the comedy and that still keeping that Star Wars romance. Leave the R-rated Star Wars movies for the fan films, indeed, or it could venture into TV at some point, a bit like Marvel, where you've got Spider-Man at the moment, but that character exists in the same world as the Punisher. It can work. I just think we need to work out what areas we're going to plug those qualities into. What time have we got? Oh, I'm going to need to wrap this up because I did promise the guys it would be an 8 o'clock start. Adam says 3:10 to Yuma. Very bad signal here in the mountains. Bye. Thanks, Matt. Nice to see you for a second. Is it Friday in Oz? Yeah, it is. Matt, can I use my joke about not spoiling the future again, please? Right, I'm going to have to go. I'm so sorry that this is a short one tonight, but this tech thing was a little bit pants. It's been 26 minutes. I think we'll probably be able to do this every week, though. I think this will work. Prize draw next week, Jeremy. Things got away from me this week. I will do it next week, and we'll give away that pencil drawing that Matt did. Robert says 3:10 to Yuma in Star Wars with the bounty hunters would be mega indeed. Right, Adam's saying goodbye, everybody. That has to be my cue. Right, I'm going to go and record this podcast. Have a good evening, and I will speak to you. Well, I'll do a Castle Run tomorrow, so I'll speak to you then. Have a good one, and thank you.
Let's talk about Loot Crate. Are you on a quest for epic gear, housewares and collectibles? Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20 per month. Whether you're shopping for the geek in your life or you are that geek, Loot Crate is the best surprise you know is coming. Every month there's a different theme and new and exclusive items that you can only get with Loot Crate. Treat yourself every month or give the gift of geeking out to a friend or a loved one. You have until the 19th at 9 PM Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate, and when the cut-off happens, that's it, it's over. Make sure to head to lootcrate.com/talkstarwars and enter the code TalkStarWars and save $3 off your new subscription today.